Hi guys, the new SNP leader of the House of Commons, Stephen Flynn, called Boris Johnson a liar on the BBC Laura Kuenssberg show, which he got a bit of flack for. Now this comes as Boris Johnson and his supporters are looking for ways to bring down Rishi Sunak's government. The former Prime Minister may believe Brexit is the solution. Sunak on Sunday paused the announcement of a solution to the disagreement between the EU and the UK over the Northern Ireland Protocol, and Boris Johnson may be trying to start a rebellion. Have a listen to this.
Stephen.
Yeah, look, we're in this situation because Boris Johnson lied. He said that his deal...
That's quite a charge.
No, it's true though, because Boris Johnson said that his deal was oven ready and he made it out as if there'd been no issues, and quite obviously there's extreme issues in relation to the protocol. Now everyone wants this to be resolved in order to ensure that we have good relations between the United Kingdom and the European Union, and I hope that Tory members will reflect upon that next week should it come to a vote. But let's be clear, Laura, Brexit has been an unmitigated disaster. 4% of the GDP. The issues that are facing our businesses in terms of exports are a result of Brexit. The issues facing our public sector in terms of recruitment of staff are because of Brexit. This is why 72% of people in Scotland want to rejoin the European Union. That's where Scotland's future lies.
OK, Wendy's rolling her eyes, but I suspect we'll have a return to these debates this week in Parliament.
I'm sure we will, but just to say that Brexit hasn't worked, it's been a disaster. It's just not fair. There are Brexit gains that we've had. You only need to look at the development of the vaccine in terms of COVID. That's one really, really good practical example that's helped everybody across the UK.
OK, well, there's a whole debate about whether or not the UK could have done that inside the European Union.
There is no debate, Laura. Why are you saying there's a debate? It's absolute rubbish that there's a debate.
We have been able to authorise the supply of this vaccine using provisions under European law which exist until the 1st of January. So our speed or our progress has been totally dependent on the availability of data in our rolling review and the rigorous assessment and independent advice we have received. So I hope that clarifies the point about the European relationship.
It clarifies it for most people, but not for everyone, it seems. But getting back to the point here about Boris Johnson. Now, it seems on Sunday evening, Rishi Sunak is pausing an announcement about whether the issues have been resolved between the EU and the UK over the Northern Ireland Protocol. He doesn't seem to have the backing of the DUP, and there's this rebellion growing within his party, headed by Boris Johnson. Now, as I said before, Boris Johnson doesn't care about Northern Ireland. He doesn't care about Brexit. He doesn't care about the Northern Ireland Protocol. This is about getting back into power, or at least being in some sort of position of influence. Now, a lot of people within the Conservative Party, not so much MPs, but Tory party supporters and members, want Boris Johnson back for some reason. They see him as a winner. They think he can turn the tide. They think he's the one who can defeat Keir Starmer and the Labour Party. They're wrong, but they are doing everything they can, it seems, to bring down Rishi Sunak. And they're willing to throw Northern Ireland under a bus. They're willing to undermine peace, undermine a relationship with the European Union in order to get their way, to get Boris back. It's pretty pathetic. And Johnson shouldn't be engaging in these tactics, in these antics. But this is Boris Johnson we're talking about. He always puts Boris Johnson ahead of everything else. Boris Johnson before the party, Boris Johnson before the country, Boris Johnson before everyone else. And unfortunately, unless Rishi Sunak goes ahead with this and calls a vote in Parliament, I think there's a risk that it could be brought down. We're still looking at how many MPs are willing to rebel. There are mentions of 100. Tory MPs could vote against it. Now, he'd need to rely on the Labour Party for support, and Keir Starmer has already said that he would support the Tories and Rishi Sunak if they need their support when it comes to the Northern Ireland Protocol. But it would be embarrassing for Sunak, and it would be another knife against him, because it would be another attack line that those on the right and the Brexiteers would say, oh look, he had to run to the Labour Party to get his bill through, or to get this support through Parliament, means he doesn't command support, enough support of the Conservative Party. Sorry. Please, 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 may we not be returning to a premiership with Boris Johnson. Let me know in the comment section, guys, what you think. As always, your comments are greatly appreciated. Thanks a lot.